Hi everyone, I'm Ed and welcome back to my channel. Many of you think mind reading is not possible. A lot of people think that, but it is. Magicians and mentalists, they simulate magical power by using a form of trickery called misdirection. That is not really mind reading. People who delve into psychology tell you they read your mind by looking at your body language or by planting certain suggestions, which then the mind subconsciously takes up and follows. Real mind reading is not like that. Real mind reading is not as flashy and flawless as they would make it out to be in vampire novels. Real mind reading comes with practice and can be extremely effective. Everything around us is energy. We are energy. Everything physical and non-physical is energy. I made a video about that previously. Check the card out up there. So, reading minds is like reading any other form of spiritual energy. The key is to make sense of the information or interpret the information. But people don't always think clearly. People's thoughts are scrambled in a way, so the information in their minds are scrambled. How do we make sense of that chaos? How do we read minds in a coherent way? I'm going to start as simple as possible, and there are certain key things that you should keep in mind when you start out. First thing is that the mind and the body can be used as a dowsing tool, just like a pendulum or a dowsing rod. The key is to get used to that energy, that feel of that pull or that energy sensation as it wells up, for you to distinguish between different answers. And then also to use binary options to make it as simple as possible, with a yes or a no in the beginning, up or down, left or right, or to proceed or not to proceed, whatever binary option you would like to look at or to use as an answer, that would be best. And then thirdly, to use a willing participant, because with a willing participant you can tell them to think of something specific, and that makes it so much easier. When you have someone who just doesn't know what's going on and you have to delve into their chaotic mind, that becomes very hard. So in the beginning, find a partner or a willing participant. So for this technique, find a willing participant. This is the first technique, the easiest one, willing participant, so you can place a thought in their mind. So place two objects in front of you on a table and ask them to think of one of the two objects. And then we proceed as follows. So if you are left-handed or right-handed, it's going to be a bit different. So if you're right-handed, you take your left hand and take their wrist, and then hover your right hand above the objects and then feel for that pull or change in energy or energy sensation, and then the object where you feel that sensation, that is the object they are thinking about. And if you are left-handed, you just use the other hand and change it around. So the next way is to then do it without touching your partner or your willing participant, and then do the same, practice the same technique without touching, and hover above the object. And then the right object or the one they're thinking about, that is the one you will feel that pull sensation, that swelling of energy or that tingly sensation, whatever sensation you are feeling, that is the right one. So now you can use the same partner or willing participant and ask them to think of a number between 1 and 10. Now you have to then visualize numbers 1 to 5 floating in front of you on your left, and numbers 6 to 10 floating in front of you on your right in your field of vision. Just visualize the numbers floating up in front of you, and then you have to dowse. You have to feel where that pull takes you, to the left or the right group, depending on what that pull or that energy sensation feels like to you. And then when you go to the group where the pull pulls you towards, you divide that group into two again, until you have, with endows those two groups, until you have two numbers left, and then you can decide where the pool takes you, and then you just ask the person, is it number 2 or is it number 5? You can also use 1 to 9 and then divide it into 3 groups. So there are many ways to practice this specific technique. Now there is a way also to douse the minds of people who are not a willing participant, but here you'll have to use your own discretion and not infringe on someone's privacy. But to do that, you need to visualize a screen in front of you, a little screen, movie screen, large enough to fit onto someone's forehead. And then you just use the following mental affirmation. Just say it in your mind, this movie screen will show me what you are thinking. And then place that movie screen onto the person's forehead, focus inwardly and raise your energies. Feel an emotional charge going through you. And then look at the screen and see what is revealed on the screen, on their forehead. Whatever image or word or sentence or number or idea appears on the screen, that is what they are thinking about. It can be complex because their mind is scrambled at that point, but then you have to interpret what they are thinking about. And it can be hard, so with time and practice that becomes so much easier. Thanks for watching this video, I really appreciate it. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this type of content. Just one quick reminder, use this technique with a lot of discretion and do not infringe on anyone's privacy or freedom. Until we meet again, keep well, bye bye, and remember, always keep